Yeah, I'm just being quiet while I wait for someone to show up. We'll try private group. Right, this is clearly not loading. I can't remember the last time the thing loaded first time, so we'll try that shit again. Probably just as well, there's no one here to see this at the moment. I'll try private group once more. Alright, there we go. Okay, well, according to this, there's 3 people watching. 3 very bored people, I would imagine. Right, well, let's get this underway then. So I'll start with the usual. I only have one monitor, so I cannot see the chat throughout, so I will occasionally minimise the game so I can catch up with that. Now, there is a chance that this could stop suddenly. For the last 5 days or so, I've been getting some pretty bad cases of vertigo, while using the computer. And yeah, if it gets too bad, I'm just going to stop. But I haven't had any today, but then I haven't used the PC much today, and I haven't played any games at all until now. So we'll see how we go. So first thing I want to do is change ship, because I have a few things in mind to do for this one. Trouble is, they do involve a lot of travelling around, so that's not going to be particularly interesting viewing. Alright, so we got two here. Leatherface, if memory serves, he's in he is one of the sitting hippos, or shitting hippos, whatever you want to call it. James O'Hara. James O'Hara, I have a bit of an admission to make here. For quite some time I thought you were someone completely different. Going back to the days of Beta 1 of Elite Dangerous, I used to play this game alongside somebody else who I met through the game, called Commander O'Hara. And yeah, I thought you were him. Turns out you're not. Well, I don't think I'm telling you anything, you know, particularly unusual there, but yeah, so I must be losing it in my old age. With my health, 46 is old age. Right, well, since I've mentioned the shitting hippos and Lukozer's cunts, I'm frankly amazed at how we're doing here. We look at this leaderboard's fucking bollocks here on the side. Current positions in trade, we're in the top 1,000. What the fucking hell is going on there? In combat, we are in the top 400. And in exploration, we're in the top 330. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. So yeah, I did not expect that at all. But there we are. So we're currently number 6, which is again more than I thought we would have. So we are currently made up of obviously me, Erodian, Clive Stone, J Rod, Life School Amiga, and Von Klunkerhoffen. I do also have 2 applications. I can't believe it. Applications, oh, come on. Now, ignore the fact that it says harmless, penniless, aimless there. It always does. One of many fuck-ups regarding squadrons. So yeah, it doesn't matter what your ranks are, when you apply, it always shows as harmless, penniless, aimless. Now, Wise Ass here clearly doesn't watch my videos. I've not heard from them as regards to a comment, you know, telling me who they are. So they've had 3 days to do it, so ta-da. Captain, whatever that thing there is, D. See again, harmless, penniless, aimless. Been a long time watcher of YouTube. Don't give a about squadrons. That's a fucking profanity filter. I don't think you can disable it for this section. Anyway, so this person has been a long time watcher of YouTube, and I can only assume he didn't watch the one where I mentioned the shitting hippos and when I started it up very well, because I haven't heard from this one either with regards to you know, sending me the comment to let me know who he is. So again, ta-da. So no more applications yet, but there is 6 of us in it. If we have a look at everybody, elite, so there's 2 triple elites in the group. Clive Stone here, dangerous entrepreneur, pioneer, so certainly not doing too badly. J Rod, well, his exploration and trade is good. Combat rank harmless. I'll put you in charge of avoiding combat like the plague. That's your department. Clive Stone, I don't know what to put him in charge of. Or Herodian. Or Life School Amiga. Okay, so far the only department that anyone has in charge of is J Rod, who's in charge of avoiding combat. So anyway, enough of all this waffle. First place I want to go to is to illustrate something regarding the codex. Oh, what a surprise. It's a fuck up in the game, but I will do so. So we are going to go to a system called Jackson's Lighthouse, which isn't very far away. It's only up here, and it is 159.17 light years. So in this it should only take 4 jumps. I thought it was 3. 4, it won't take us long. Now if you have played the game, or if you do play the game, I'm sure you know what is at Jackson's Lighthouse. It's one of the closest neutron stars to the populated zone. It still is in the populated zone. I can't think of any other neutron stars that are in the populated zone, so now we may get our first disconnection in a moment, depending on how well the private group servers are holding up.
Frame shift drive charging.
But all day yesterday when I was playing,
you are clear to resume predetermined flight path. Safe travels, Commander.
Every time I was in the private group and hyperspace to another system,
4, 3.
as soon as I arrived at the next system, it would disconnect me. So yesterday, if I was playing this, it was solo, and that was it. I couldn't stay fucking connected in any other mode. So it's already done better than it did yesterday. What an achievement.
Fuel scooping.
So yeah, I've scanned everything in this system. Don't need to check that again. Now, one thing that the squadron is already doing that was predicted is, yeah, I made this announcement here. I could do some suggestions of Boxing Day live stream, and the suggestions I got were fuck all nothing. So in that regard, it's working exactly as you know I thought it would. So anyone joining, that's the sort of response you've got to be ready for, is silence. Because people in this squadron are more interested in playing their game. They don't give a fuck what anyone else is doing. Also, although they are currently working, as you know, the fact that they are actually showing up there, they won't stay there for very long. The squadron tabs just disappear, and of course when they do, you've got no way of communicating unless the player is also in the friends group. Everyone who joined my squadron who was not on my friends list did get a friend request, so again, no obligation to accept it, but you know, it was sent anyway.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So Jackson's Lighthouse is the next stop. Yeah, I've already searched everything here as well, or scanned everything, whatever you want to call it. Alright, next stop then is our target destination. So here we are, Jackson's Lighthouse, and you can see the neutron star right in front of us. So let's look at the codex and the discoveries. We're going to see that my total discoveries are 84, which isn't bad. Now we look at codex for stars, the various star types that I have visited. We'll scroll down to neutron star. According to this, I haven't visited any. There's one reported, but no confirmed, because I haven't been to one. What the fuck is that? It's right in front of me. I select it. Anarchy, neutron star. I think we're too close here. We'll do the... Oh no, we're not too close. So I can even zoom in on it. In the old scanning here, FSS. But, according to the codex, I haven't been to one. Not seen one. Now that reported one there, when you click on it, it gives you the location of the reported star type. Guess where that reported one is? Oh, it's at Jackson's Lighthouse. Cool, if only I could get to that system and take a look. Now I am far from the only person who has had this fucking bullshit issue. And it, well, for me anyway, it always affects stars. It's also done it here with the O-type. So it's confirmed the O-type giant I went to, you can see, I went to Mintaka there. But the super giant, Alnitak, I went there. No, doesn't get added. On the people reporting this issue, they've been saying it's affecting them with organic structures, with the anemones, and they're finding them, but yeah, nothing appears in the codex. Also said that when they scanned it with the composition scanner, there was no text appeared after the scan finished. Now I had that happen with one object. I can't for the life of me remember where it was. It could well have been something I'd already scanned before anyway. As you can see, I've scanned a few, 2 fumaroles, 1 ice geyser, 1 Lagrange cloud, 2 gas vents, 1 lava spout and 1 Q-type anomaly. And then with the organic structures, it's still only the 1 thygoid barnacle barbs. Not been to the large or common thygoid barnacles yet. Found all 4 of the metallic crystal types, found the bark mounds, and I found 1 of the Gordon mollusks, the Venetians, I think that's how it's pronounced, and yeah, found it in the reported location. But yeah, so as far as I know, at the moment, people who are finding anemones, they're not being added to the codex anyway. With xenological, I've almost found 1 of everything. There are 2 thygoid scouts I've still not found yet. I haven't been, well, I have seen berserkers because I've scanned inciters, and usually berserkers and regenerators are with them. But I got into a bit of trouble with those, and I had to run off. But yeah, the Berserker and the Regenerator are the only Thargoid scouts I've not scanned yet. With Thargoid Interceptors, the Hydra is the only one I haven't scanned yet. I'm not really in any hurry to encounter one of those fucking things. I can't imagine I would survive it. With Guardian objects, I've scanned everything. I mean, finding the Guardian stuff is extremely simple. But yeah, with the astronomical stuff, it is now mostly the stars that I need to find. But I mean, I could very likely turn up at one of the star types and it just doesn't register. So I mean, I found 1O, 2 B-type stars, all 3 of the A-type variants, all 3 of the F-type, 2 Gs, 2 Ks, 1 M. There aren't any variants of L's, so found all of those, all of the T's, Tautaris, same, well, I think same again, but it's as if there may be some more, I don't know. Not found any of the Herbig ones yet. Y's I've found. Now C-type stars I found 2, but there are still 2 other variants that I have not been to yet. So I found a giant and a hypergiant. CN, CJ, I've never seen a CJ type. CNs I found about 2 years ago when I was out around Sagittarius A star. MS I also found, but again years ago. So S types, I found one of those. No Wolf Ray yet. Neutron stars, according to this, I haven't found any, even though I am currently right in front of one. And black holes, yeah, I found them. Now with the planets, there is a way of forcing it. As you can see, I found all gas giants and all variants of them, so that's okay. But with the planets, if you do the initial system scan and find out how many bodies there are, that's not enough. So you have to zoom in and do the detailed scan. But sometimes that still isn't enough to register it. What you then have to do is a surface mapping. Once you've done the surface map, that will then force it, and it will come up in here as having found that particular type. The terrestrial planets, again, there are variants of almost each different kind. The only one I've not yet found is a terraformable metal-rich planet with atmosphere. But I found all the rest, or at least all the rest that have been reported. So, ice planet with atmosphere, it could be that there is a terraformable one, be surprised. Icy planet. Why would you want to terraform an icy planet? But this one here, metal-rich planet with no atmosphere. There's been no reported terraformable of those. Now, considering there is a terraformable version of metal-rich planet with atmosphere, I expect there to be one for metal-rich with no atmosphere, especially as high metal content planet with without atmosphere, with no atmosphere. There's terraformable versions of those, and I have found one. So I think there is one more to appear in the reported ones here. It would be good if I could find it, but I doubt I will. So there we are, astronomical bodies then. So I found 84 total discoveries, and it should be 84 actually. It should have this neutron star, and it should have the supergiant O-type here. But no, they don't appear. Like I say, loads of people have been reporting similar issues. So yeah, it's not just me. It's fucking bullshit is what it is. Anyway, while we're here, let's boost up the old FSD. I haven't done this for a while. Well, not since the last time I was in this system. So I even had me FSD boosted by the neutron star, and it still didn't act. It's still saying I haven't seen one.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
There we go, right.
supercharged.
Now get out of there. There we go. Now that gives me a range of about 219, I think. 218.21. Okay, well, where we are going to go now is where I have my new ship docked, and I can actually get here in one jump now. So we're going to and not Chadai. Yeah, we're going here. This ship, I can barely believe how it performs. So this could be interesting. Right, here we go.
Drive charging.
Now I'll tell you now, I am already starting to feel some vertigo bouts, so I am having to take it easy. I'm not quite as enthusiastic as usual. There we go. So the other Commander O'Hara has now come online. Yeah, for months I thought that they were the same person. What a prick. Anyway, I can't remember where I put it. Is it Malerba? One way to find out. Yes, it is. So this is the ship that I put together to take to Isinor.
Fuel scooping complete.
So I know I went there in my last video, but that was really just to show that the that illegal structure, whatever it is, unauthorized structure, is still in the game. This time we will actually do some combat there, which means that my new ship, which is an Imperial Clipper, will be going up against cutters and maybe corvettes. That should be interesting. once we dock here, I'll have a look on the chat what's it and see if there's anything that needs answering.
Access granted. Cleared for landing on pad 37.
Landing gear deployed.
One day I'll actually be able to land this thing without overshooting the fucking platform. One day.
Ship is on the ground.
Well, I don't have any cartographic data, do I? No. Oh yeah, because I used the old... Oh fuck it, let's just repair all. Yeah, right. I'll catch up with, you know, what I'm doing in a minute. So, there we go. New ship, Imperial Clipper. Let's jump in. Here we are. Now, I have not used one of these ships, well, prior to putting this one together. I had not used one of these in about 3 years. And I had forgotten just how fucking good this ship is. I am a huge fan of it. I can't believe I went so long without using one. Anyway, let's have a look at the other fucking hell. Right. Right, what we got? I would join on PS4 only. Yeah, okay. The politics of Sony won't allow cross-platform play, even though the capability is there. Actually, I'm glad there isn't cross-platform compatibility, because players on the consoles are going to be at a massive disadvantage for an awful lot of the time, because their control method is just so clumsy compared to the PC versions. Squadrons, shared message and bookmarks. Anything else? At the moment, no. Fuck all. Don't come too close. I thought, oh, this is about codecs. Oh, I see. Right. So yeah, don't go too close to the neutron star. I've seen fucking Christ knows how many neutron stars. So I know the safe distance for those. So it might be because you have to turn it into universal cartography. We've already done that. Yeah. In fact, the first time I went to Jackson's Lighthouse, and it came up as an unknown system because I hadn't been there. I did the buzz, and there was nothing for me to scan because it had already been done by some other player or whatever. So when I went back to the system and turned in cartographic data, not only was there no credits from Jackson's Lighthouse, it didn't even appear in the list of systems that I'd scanned. So this game still feels like a beta test. There are times when I think it feels like a fucking alpha, let alone beta. You know, I actually heard from Frontier Developments. It's not going to appear now because I haven't got the option tested. But in a an email to one of my tickets, and I'd asked them, what the fucking hell was the beta for, when all these bugs and that are appearing and the constant server fuck-ups are still there when the version was live. And they, as always, they ignored the bits that they didn't want to answer, and they just said the beta test was not about stress testing the servers. Well, don't you think it fucking should have been? Clipper, speed and long distance sniping. Speed, absolutely. Long distance, I'm not really going, I never have been one for long distance, but yeah, speed, I'm amazed at how many or how fast that fucking clip can go. I can show you in a minute. I managed to get thrown off again today and haven't connected successfully since. All I try to do is check squadrons. Yeah, that's been happening to me a hell of a lot. So all of yesterday I had to play the game in solo. I couldn't connect to open, and I couldn't connect to the private group, or if I could get to the private group I then got disconnected as soon as I jumped to another system. So I had to play it in solo, and that was it. I'm amazed it's it's been working for as long as it has. I believe Codex is supposed to update without handing data in. Yeah, I mean it does. The other, like planets, stars, whatever, as soon as I found them, you get the animation on screen and you check the codex and it has already been updated. So you know straight away if you find a star in particular and it's fucked up because it hasn't updated already. But nothing I could do could get either of those stars to appear in the codex. The whole point of the beta is finding bugs and stress. Exactly. But yeah, according to that reply from Frontier Developments, no, stress testing was not, stress testing the server wasn't a part of the beta. What the fucking hell was it for then? Anyway, so the Imperial Clipper, so I think this is a fucking good ship. It's one of those ships that a lot of players seem to ignore for some reason. I really do think it's worth having. Everybody should have one. Top speed, 491 metres per second. Put that into perspective, my Mamba, which is a ship that is all about speed, its top speed is 505. Just 14 metres per second faster than this thing. And this is a large ship. It uses a large landing pad. Boost speed 622. So yeah, this fucker is fast. However, it doesn't have the greatest acceleration rate, and its deceleration rate isn't brilliant either. So shield boosters and 3 of those. I've also got a heatsink launcher because although 2 beam lasers, 2 cannons, all gimbaled, the 2 beam lasers, shock horror. Oh, they've got grade 5 efficient weapon and thermal vent. I really go for the variation when it comes to beam laser modifying. So even though it's got those, it does have quite a hefty shield cell bank, so I figured I would need the heatsink launcher anyway. Core internals, everything has been maxed out as always. I'm still in 2 minds though as to whether or not this is a good idea. I've still got the lightweight alloy. I didn't fit any armour to it. I always intended to fit armour, and then I couldn't find anywhere that had any, and I couldn't be asked to stop off at Shinrata, even though I flew past it to get here, so fuck knows what I was thinking then. So yeah, I might change that depending on how well this this test goes, because I have not taken the ship into combat yet. So yeah, everything is A rated. It's all grade 5. mods, and if you watch my videos, you'll know what mods they are. If not, they're all on Inara. Then with the optional internals, I have the 7A shield generator and a 6A shield cell bank. Normally, I only have, if I have say a class 7 shield gen, I have class 5 shield cell banks. In the case of this, I'll fuck it. Class 4 fuel scoop, its fuel scooping rate is diabolical, but I've only got a 16 ton fuel capacity on this shit, so it's not a big deal. You know, it scoots fast enough. So class 4 Guardian Shield reinforcement package. I don't usually bother with Guardian Shield reinforcements, but in the case of this, I figured it would be useful. Repair Olympic controller. I did put a rather superfluous cargo rack, but I really don't plan on doing any cargo runs or anything like that. Even if I did, with 8 capacity, yeah. Class 2 Guardian frameshift drive. I may actually get rid of that and put something more useful, because this ship is only ever going to fly between here and Isinor and back. That's all it's going to do. So this frameshift drive booster is utterly pointless, as is the detailed surface scanner, so I may get rid of that as well. But what the fuck am I going to do with class 2 optional internal slots? I mean, there really isn't anything of any value that I can put in there, so you know. And then, well, livery, you can see it's black. So let's get our destination set up. Isinor is not far away from here. There it is. I was wondering where the fuck it had gone. This okay, this brings me on to, I gotta be careful about what I do here, because I don't want to get too fucking worked up about it. But what I said earlier about there are times that this feels like an alpha, which brings me on to a certain other space sim type game which is currently in alpha. Is there anybody watching this who genuinely believes that Star Citizen will ever leave alpha? I tell you now, I am not one of those who does. I am convinced that it will stay alpha indefinitely. So anyway, you can see we're still accelerating. So we're out of the no fire zone and we're still accelerating. So the initial acceleration of the cutter is fantastic, but it does really drag on. It's just got to 491, so it's there now. But even, you know, with the full thrusters here, the manoeuvrability is not bad. If we drop it down into the blue zone, and then we bring us down to attack speed. So my attack speed in this vessel is going to be 119. And I mean, this manoeuvrability, this is, I think that's more manoeuvrable than the Mamba was. Certainly certainly fucking feels like it. Anyway, right, let's piss off to this in all then. Again, no audio for the fuel scoop in this ship. So we'll head to the convoy beacon. I'll do the basic scan of the 3 ships there, and of course once we're there, the unauthorized structure will be appearing. You know, it'll be close enough for us to target in and then head out there. Now the good thing about the combat around there is that I will have help from NPCs. As much as I like the Imperial Clipper, I don't think it's going to be a particularly great ship to go up against corvettes or cutters single-handedly. I mean, I took out corvettes single-handedly in my fucking crime, so if I can do it in that, I should have no problem doing it in this. Now, because the video that I did last week, the stream I did last week, combat wasn't all that exciting because I spent ages going around trying to pick up materials. So, as much as I'm going to hate doing it, I will ignore materials. I'll just go straight for, just blowing up other ships and picking up materials. It's not like I'm low on any. Well, I am, but I've got enough to fully upgrade 2 more ships. There's only really 1 more ship that I plan to get, so yeah, materials are not a priority at the moment. Alright, so let's see what we have here. I've just said materials aren't my priority, and here I am scanning these for data. Well, whatever that was, I couldn't get it anyway. Abnormal compact emissions, I was able to get those though. Those are the rare ones. So yeah, so I'm up to 19 on them. That's handy. Alright. Unauthorized installation, here we are. Yeah, boost speed into the 600s. Not bad.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So we'll get the power priorities, power distribution set up for combat. I'll say I've not taken this ship into combat yet, so I have no idea how it's going to do. But I'm about to find out. Right, now I've got to remember, is it Gouldang? They're the lot that I come up as enemies, aren't they? So, no, hang on, no, Lone Gang, I think it's them. No, okay, so it is Gouldang. So there's an Anaconda. There we go, right. So he is going to be my first target. It would help if I fucking switch mode as well as deploy my weapons. Alright, here we go.
Under attack.
He can't get away from know, I'm always going to be facing him. Looks like he's coming in around me like a cunt.
Scan detected.
It also looks like he must have used the short cell bank. He did. Some other fucker firing on us as well.
Scan detected.
Ah, he's used another fucking shield cell bank as soon as he launched a fucking chaff.
Scan
I might have to use a shield cell bank in a minute. There's no might, I will.
under attack. Scan detected. Heat sink deployed. Target shields
At last.
offline. Scan detected.
Now every fucker's firing on us. I thought I was going to have some sort of, you know, backup here, but no. Right, that's that cunt down. Oh, so one of those things that was firing on me was only a fucking ship launch fighter.
Target destroyed.
This thing looks pretty small,
Heat
whatever it
sink
was.
deployed. Scan detected.
Scout.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Frame shift.
That didn't do my shields many favours. Ah, he's fucking running. Didn't run far though.
Target destroyed.
Incoming hostiles. So where are they going to arrive? So lone gang ones, they're the ones who are on my side, alright? Yes. Everyone else has just fucked off. Nothing there that I really need in the way of materials. I thought there were meant to be other ships coming in. What's that? There's a vulture, there's another lone gang one. Was this it? There's a fucking diamond-back explorer here. Well, is that really going to be the enemy? Oh, no, he's on my side. See, they brought out the big guns here then, you know, vultures and diamond-back explorers. Oh, what about this gun? So they've all buggered off. Well, that's it. That's all the combat I'm going to get out here, is it? Well, that was exciting, wasn't it, eh? Right, incoming hostile. Right, where? Where the fuck is he? It's all lone gang. Where the fucking hell is the hostiles? Right, Gould gang member. There it is. Right, where's the fucking Cobra? Oh, this is more like it. Right, Anaconda. I mean, he's only a master, so it's not going to be, you know, fantastic, but still. Here we go. I'll tell you what, he did take his fucking sweet time arriving, though. Do you think he might actually open fire on me in a minute? Here we go. Right, so shields are already down. So yeah, this ship is certainly, you know, has no problem going out against the big old ships. And that force impact shell I got on the cannons, it fucking pushed away. Yeah, it's pushing away a fucking anaconda. So it certainly has some effect. Oh, this is going to be close. There we go.
Heat sink deployed.
I was sure I thought I'd done my.
Taking damage. Under attack.
I thought I launched the shield cell bank there. Obviously, I didn't. I think he's going down. Yeah.
Target destroyed.
Mind you, I took a bit of a pounding there. So the only two Gould gang members now, the only one is a fucking Cobra. So even though I've got no shields, and he's fucked off. Oh yeah, there's a battle going on over here. Let's have a look and see what's happening. What have we got? Oh, it's that fucking Cobra again. And that's it.
Shields online. Target shields.
Oh, you felt that.
Under attack.
Whoops. Did that if I put some power into the weapons, wouldn't it? Doing well today. Oh, fucking hell, he's running already. Oh, he's down to, he's dead now, so.
Target destroyed.
Right, and this other one, it's just an Eagle. I mean, is it worth it? Fucking Master Eagle against Elite Imperial Clipper. Mind you, I'm hardly piloting this ship like Elite, so I'll fucking take him out anyway.
Target shields offline. Under attack.
That's him down. What a challenging opponent. Right, we've got 3 anacondas now. Is this a case of me asking for too much? Because, yeah, okay, he's on my side anyway. What about this cunt? Oh, they're all going to be lone gang, aren't they? Right, what about him? Yeah, Python. Yeah. Fer de Lance. Yeah. So, well, with this lot in the area, I've got fuck all chance of anything, you know, decent showing up now, because they'll take one look at them and they'll all run. So I might as well head back to Anoptidile, whatever it's fucking pronounced. Yeah, there. Right, let's just have a check on right, nice paint job. What, on the cutter? It's only a black one. There are better ones out there. Just getting the spinning ship on loading screen now. I get that loads of times. whenever I first load the game, I'll try and load up the commander. It never fucking works, so I have to Control Alt Delete and you know, shut it down through the whatever you fucking call it. And then when I try it again the next time, then it does work. Sensors I find D-rated wide angles most useful. I don't like using D-rated sensors, don't know why. Class 2 slot interdictor, yeah, that's not actually a bad idea. Star Citizen, I still wish I never... You pledged on it? Fucking hell, okay. It's possible that pigs will evolve to fly before Star Citizen is released. It's possible that pigs will evolve to develop supercomputers before Star Citizen is released. Perhaps Star Citizen is stalling until PC equipment evolves enough to run it. Well, at the moment you need something that makes a crazed supercomputer look like a VIC-20 to run the fucking thing. So, I remember at the time when I had the choice of backing Elite or Star Citizen that I couldn't make up my mind which was more likely to be finished. Well, to be honest, it's still hard to choose between the two. Frontier had already failed to complete The Outsider. Don't know that one. Oh, so was that a sequel to Freelancer? Freelancer was a fantastic game. It still is a good one. I didn't know they were working on a sequel. Well, had been before it seems like it got dropped. Notable Signals Guardian in the top right panel. I've seen that on loads, and yeah, it's been human. There was one planet I went to, it was a Thargoid thing, but yeah, so it keeps coming up Guardian, but it's not one. So is the thermal vent enough to offset overheating from a shield cell pack? It can be. The trouble is, because you've got to be firing and hitting an enemy target to you know, for it to be effective. Could use a small collector, one of the small options. I only really use collector limpets on mining ships. It's
Objective detected.
I've got no problem with you know, collecting stuff manually any other time, but with mining I can't be arsed, it's just too much. Anyone tried X4 Foundations? Alright, let's get the fuck out of here.
Shift drive charging.
Now, speaking of mining, that was something else I was thinking of showing, is the old deep core mining, which can be pretty lucrative, which I'll show in my stats in a sec, once we have landed. So I mean, does anyone really want to see mining? It's not the most interesting thing to watch. Again, I say that as if, you know, anything else in my videos is interesting to watch, but well, let us know if you want to see mining. I'll do it, but so I must have fucked up somewhere there, because I'm sure, yeah, I've still got plenty of charges left in my shield cell bank. So why the fucking hell didn't... Oh, I know why. I kept pressing the wrong fucking key. I kept pressing C for cell bank when it should be B for bank. C is my key for chaff, which I haven't got on this ship. What a fucking... You can tell it's going to be one of those videos. I'm just going to fuck up everything I do. I mean, yeah, what Erodian Thorn was saying there about back in the day when he couldn't decide whether or not to back Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen. I mean, oh, you fucking sack of shit! And now he doesn't do anything. Of all the glitches or issues or anything else, none of them fuck me off as much as this. And this isn't a glitch, this is here by design. What does this add to the game that makes it in any way fun or interesting or exciting or anything else? All it does is fucking piss you off. Right, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so he couldn't decide if, you know, whether or not to back Elite Dangerous or this. I mean, okay, at least this is finished. Well, no, what the fuck am I talking about? At least it's released. You know, it's a published title. Star Citizen is never going to be a published title. Why? Because whoever the cunt is who is in charge of it, he has no incentive whatsoever to publish it. I mean, you look at the fucking thing. There are all these like events that are global, and they go on and on throughout the year. And this is for a title that is not only not published, but is nowhere near being ready for publication. So why the fuck would he want to, you know, publish it when he's getting all of this publicity and absolutely raking it in, with it staying in the state, you know, in the current state, unfinished, unreleased? Except, of course, you can buy it and you know, start playing the totally unplayable beta, alpha. I mean, I did get the Star Citizen newsletter, and it was the newsletter that was the thing that absolutely convinced me that the game will never be published. And I got that one, was it a message from the chief or whatever it was fucking called, I can't remember now. And it started off going on about how he had, or how the game had raised $200 million. Now, that was really not a good idea to start it with that, because what fucking game needs $200 million to be developed? To put that in the context, you can take any two of the Lord of the Rings trilogy films, and the budget of those two films combined is less than 200 million. So, you know, Peter Jackson could make this fucking enormous, grand, epic film. In fact, you can make two of them for less than this cunt is, you know, using to make a video game. 200 million. Who the fucking hell saw that, you know, saw that newsletter and thought, hey, he's had 200 million, right, I'll give him some more. He does not need more money. 200 million is more than enough. Ridiculously more than enough to...
Incoming message.
I forgot to hand in a codex discovery yesterday. It's ridiculously more than enough to develop a video game. It doesn't matter how fucking complex or how fucking visionary it is, you know. But instead, what does he do? He just keeps it an alpha, has all these sort of like events all over the world full of people saying how fucking wonderful he is, releases updates in his, you know, in his newsletter about this great new feature where the game will use your webcam to look at the expression on your face and have your character in game wear the same expression. So fucking what? They dedicated an entire edition of the newsletter for that. And that is the ultimate in useless gimmicks that I have ever heard in any video game on any platform. I said I wasn't going in a fucking rant about Star City, but I mean the thing is a fucking piss take. It is the money pit to end all money pits. I just, if you're thinking about, supporting it, don't. He's had $200 million of people's money. He does not need another fucking penny. More to the point, he doesn't deserve another fucking penny. The game has been in development for fuck knows how many years, and if you see it running, it is a fucking unplayable sack of shit at the moment. And that's after however many years of development. It's all of these events, all of these videos that he publishes with pre-rendered stuff, that's what all the effort's going into. The game is a total afterthought. Right, anyway, shall we get back to this? It makes a change though about me, me ranting about a game other than Elite Dangerous. Alright, let's have a look. Right, here we go. I had 128 tons of opals, etc. Python totally full, and 2 limpets had chunks and were battering the cargo hatch such that it took out my shields and hull in a few hits, destroyed and pissed off. Yeah, if I had 128 tons of void opals, I'd be fucking pissed off as well. Change shield from class 3 to class... okay, yeah, that might explain why. A Python with class 3 shields, your shields are not going to last, well, seconds. Freelancer is good, but only appeared because Microsoft fired Chris Roberts' arse. That needs to happen again now before Star Citizen. So is he the one then who's in charge of Star Citizen, this Chris Roberts bloke? I genuinely don't know. They can live off the pre-release pledges indefinitely, so why... Yeah, exactly, that's my point. I mean, it's an absolute con. You don't need $200 million fucking dollars to create a video game, no matter what it is. Star Citizen will go down the scale. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They spend more on events and news players in the game. Yeah, exactly. They certainly dedicate far more time to the events and the newsletters than they do to actually creating the game. I genuinely cannot remember reading a newsletter for Star Citizen that ever actually mentioned the development of the game itself. It was always about, gimmicky fucking features, like the webcam thing, or what new ship is in it, and what new vehicles are being added, and all this. But no fucking mention of the game itself. Right, so I'm now friendly with the faction here. I thought it was Chapter of Misenor that was the main faction here. That's why I've stationed my ship here, because I can then hand in the bounty vouchers that I get in Isinor in this system. Well, obviously I can, you've just seen me do it, so let's have a look at the mission board and see who is actually in charge here. Yeah, well, okay, so Chapter of Isinor are here, but I don't know, obviously they're not the controlling faction, but as long as they're in this system, that's all that matters. So close to being allied there. I was hoping there would be a donation mission. The other ones are all too low to be worth bothering with. Right, well, anyway, let's change back to the Asp then. Well, I am sort of at a bit of a loss as to what to do now. I mean, do I go mining? My mining ship is in HIP 16607, which is someone on the server. Life School Amigas online. Oh fuck it! I didn't mean to select that. He's buggered off anyway. Right, where is HIP 16607? It's over here somewhere, I think. I think that's it. Well, that's Euribia, but yeah. So 250. It's going to be what, 5 or 6 jumps? Fuck it, okay. When fleet carriers are released, will you buy one? I don't think fleet carriers are ever going to appear in the game. So, to be honest, my answer is irrelevant. I mean, I'll say yes, I would buy one, but yeah, I don't think they are ever going to show up. But when they got cancelled, you know, there was no mention of, oh, they will appear at a later date, or, you know, they'll appear in another update, or anything like that. It was just, they've been cancelled, sort of thing. So, you know, nobody seems to know when or if they are going to appear. So, with Frontier Development's track record, that says to me they're just never going to show up. Oops. Here we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Clear of the station. We hope to see you again, Commander.
Four, three, two,
Now, it was mentioned earlier about finding void opals, and I know where to go to find them, but I haven't actually tried to do so yet, because although HIP 16607, where I am at the moment, doesn't have the right asteroid belts or anything like that, it is still proving to be quite lucrative. So there are a few
fuel scooping complete.
planetary bodies to scan here, so I might as well. First one was the live stream. I can't believe it's taken this long. Fucking hell, I've just seen there's 43 bodies in this system, and I've only scanned 15. Well, it still don't take that fucking long. I know they're all worthless, you know, shitty icy worlds, but when you scan, you know, upwards of, you know, 30 of them, you're going to find a reasonable amount, surely. Hang on, was that Icy World, or was that... yeah, it was. I was going to do a video actually that was going to be a Star Citizen rant, but I've just done that rant now, so I don't need to do the video anymore. I freely admit I have sort of got into the frame of mind that is, I can't be asked to do videos, which is one of the reasons why the last, like, you know, 3 or 4 videos I've done have just been these live stream things. But I've gone through that phase before, and I dare say I will do again, and I still end up coming back and doing reviews. The problem is I no longer want to review games that I hate, so anyone who watches them, you know, for all the ranting and that, are not likely to think much of them. I always intended to do a review video of F1 2018, but I absolutely detest that fucking game. I just can't even stand the thought of loading it, let alone, you know, then having to play it for a bit while I review the fucking thing. I just want to try and pretend the game doesn't fucking exist. There can't be that many more to go. No, there's only 6. Right, 2 more. Where the fuck are you? You're around here somewhere. I thought I was going to go into that infinite fucking zooming thing then for a minute. Is that it? Okay, so there's 1 more somewhere around here.
System scan.
God, at last. Alright. On to the next one. I'll probably have to scan about, you know, 80 in this one. Even my fan's gone out now. I can't now.
Frame shift drive charging.
Some valuable ones here. There could also be some worthless shit in here. Is that? No. Oh, there we go. Oh, Ammonia World. Right, I'll target you. We'll go and take a look at that in a minute. And that, yeah, that looks like being a water world, so that will be worth doing a surface scan of as well. Seems like there's some chaos going on next door. Right, there can't be any more gas giants. This must be the last one. Yes, it is. Can't, there we go. Oh, one tip I can give you. If you are a bit low on credits, or if you just fancy... Oh, this is going into that fucking infinite zoom bullshit again. Can I... Alright, so I can at least scan that one. I'll do a surface scan of that when I'm... This is the last fucking planet as well. I'll come back to that in a sec. Once I've done the planetary scans, well, I'll do the ammonia world first, and then we'll come back and do the water world. Yeah, if you're low on credits, or you just want to make a load of credits from scanning systems, there's a system quite close to Sol. If you fully scan it, by which I mean surface scanning, surface mapping, you'll make 4.5 million credits from just that one system, so it is definitely worth doing. However, you don't really think I'm going to give you the name of it. I do keep some of my secrets. It shouldn't take a genius to work out which one it is. Efficiency target. Well, I've never failed to scan a system within the efficiency target, and I'm not going to fail now. That should do it. If not, it will be fucking close. .4% out. Alright, that'll do it. It's still well within the efficiency target. This will only be the 5th probe I'll be used. There we go.
Surface scan complete.
Right, so the other one was 3, wasn't it? Yeah, the water world. Alright, so let's check. Right, from here, surely I can scan the
System
yeah,
scan
there we go.
complete.
Right, so now the system scan is fully done. Oh fuck it, there was another one there to scan. There we go. All these wanted ships, and I haven't got an interdictor in this one. Well, only 2 of my ships have the interdictor fitted. That's the Cutler and the Corvette. So I'll just quickly scan this planet. These are the only two that I'll do the you know, surface mapping of. And I mean, how many jumps are I? Oh, it's only 3 jumps, so it shouldn't take long to get there. Okay, I reckon that will be close enough. I know it's well within range, but bring it down a bit there. How much is that going to cover? That's not bad. Well, those 4 should do it, but then I thought that about the last planet, and I was just short. Oh, you 1%. Alright, while it's doing that, let's checking the what ship do you do mining in? Type 10. 3.3 beta Sargon in Curzon State Radis. Yeah, I can't find one in the system. No, they haven't been put in yet. They are coming in January. Take it from me, don't be in any hurry for the incursion states to be added, because when they turn up, yeah, all hell is going to break loose. Are the Amazon servers still fucked? I haven't played in days, yes. Polybius from Jeff Minter is pretty great. I don't think I've played that one. I played a lot of Jeff Minter games because I am quite a fan of him, but Star Citizen now has billionaire investors and hard-ass lawyer representing them as a director. Chris Roberts will deliver or else. Well, I think it's going to be or else then, because it's not coming. Star Citizen, the Squadron 42 is going to release on consoles. Yeah, it was also said that it was going to be released by, I think it was late 2020. You know full well that there will be a delay announcement about that, though. I backed Star Citizen with a Connie pledge back in the day, got a refund last year. The project is too risky. It's more than risky. I mean, it is just a fucking con. Would you like to see what SRBs added? Yes, I mean, let's face it, No Man's Sky did it ages ago. There's, you know, they have 5 different, you know, exocraft in that. Why hasn't Elite Dangerous got at least 2? 2.5 billion credits, nothing to spend on. Well, yeah, I know that feeling. The next ship I'm getting will be my 14th, and that'll be the last one I get for a while. Trappist 1. No, it's not Trappist 1. It's Trappist 1 you do make a decent amount from, but nothing like the 4.5 million that this particular system I do like chasing big bounty across several systems with interdictor and wake scanner, only if you've got a few finds in security systems to take it. See, I haven't done that. The only time I've used the interdictor is when I just happen to stumble across a wanted ship, and I just think, okay, yeah, I'll take him out. But of course, because the only ships I've got it fitted to is the Cutler and the Corvette, it has to be a pretty powerful ship for it to be worth my while, because I'll take hull damage if the interdiction is successful, and so it's got to at least cover the repair costs of the hull. So if it's not, you know, if I'm not going to get a six-figure bounty out of it, then it's not worth me doing it. So yeah, maybe if I fitted it to a smaller ship. I'm thinking of fitting one to the Kite actually, because I think that would be a good ship to use for that sort of thing. Have I scanned this system? Or more to the point, does it need it? No, it doesn't need it, so...
Fuel scooping complete.
The next one might.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, I know this came up as
Fuel scooping.
unknown, but can I still, or do I still need to scan it? Has someone beaten me to it? I kind of wish they had actually, because it will save a bit of time.
Fuel scooping complete.
No, that's not the gas giant. Oh, here we go again with the fucking infinite zoom. That is such a fucking irritating glitch. I thought for a minute this was going to do it as well. I thought that was as well. It's happening far too many times as it is, so... Anything else there? No. Next one's way out here. Is that, okay, that's a shitty so yeah, it's just constantly, there's nothing I can fucking do about it. So, I mean, okay, it is a high metal content world as well, so it's one that's worth scanning. I don't really like, you know, leaving systems not fully scanned now. Fast gone out. Right, let's see if this is okay. You fucking piece of shit. As far as I could tell, there were no signals that close to it, so it's not them that was causing the problem. Is it how fucking close the docking station is to the planet then? I'll have to scan it the old-fashioned way.
System scan
There we go. Alright. So at last, the next jump, hip 16607.
Frame shift drive charging.
It's taking me about half hour to fucking get here. At least it seems like it.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, that one was a bit closer to the sun than I usually do. Right, well, we're on our way. Interdicting is the only thing I haven't done in 2 years of Elite. It's actually not that bad. If John Gage were an Elite Dangerous NPC, what rank and ship profession would he have? Well, he'd have the shittiest ship in the game, but gets it purely because it's somewhat big. So he'd be a harmless fucking keelback or something. You may have spotted my Imperial Clipper. It's the ship name was Guilty of Countryside. So if you kill a king, you're guilty of regicide. Kill a child, you're guilty of infanticide. If you kill your dad, you're guilty of patricide. And if you were to kill John Gage in his harmless keelback, you would be guilty of countryside. Hence the name. I'll check the rest of the comments when we have docked. Yeah, so I remember, well, near the start, if you were watching, I was saying about how the tabs for the squadrons disappear. Yeah, they have. So now I can't say anything to anyone in the squadron if they're not on my friends list. I mean, the chat tab, you know, the comms tab, is always fucked up after every fucking update to Elite Dangerous, same as how the servers always are. And yet the brown-nosing fanboys actually use that as an argument to defend the game and Frontier Developments by saying it always happens. Well, the fact that it always happens doesn't mean we shouldn't fucking complain about it. In fact, that gives us far more reason to complain about it if it always fucking happens, and Frontier Developments from day one have never done a fucking thing to fix it.
Landing gear deployed.
You may have noticed that the season of peace on earth and goodwill to all men, it's ended here, yeah. It's Boxing Day, so it's been and gone. Ah.
You're on the deck. Ground crew dispatched. Enjoy your stay at our facility, Commander.
Right, so what did I get for that little jaunt? So 1.2 million just for that, you know, what was it, 5-6 jumps? So, you know, 1,211,813 for that ladder Balbassa system. A name like that, fucking hell. Right, let's jump in the old Type 10. And hopefully it will load. Let's just right, see what I've checked on. Crite Mark II with ship launch fighter is good for chasing big bounties. I never use ship launch fighters because I just don't like having the NPC crew. So the only time I put on an interdictor on is when I'm going after pirates, but they always interdict me before I get to use it. Oh, is that when you're doing the missions, going after the pirate lords? Yeah, I've never had to interdict a pirate lord. They always either interdict me or they just turn up when I'm at the nav beacon. So not seen infinite zoom, not trying hard enough. That infinite zoom thing keeps cropping up with me, and I keep forgetting to use step zoom. I've got the keys. If you have an Xbox One controller, why don't you use it in Elite? Why on earth would I use an Xbox One controller instead of mouse and keys? Mouse and keys is much more flexible. Looks like the instant in-game messaging isn't working. No, it never fucking does. You're not interested in tackling Thargoids, are you? I have gone after Thargoids. In fact, I was very close last night to taking out a Basilisk single-handed. I got it down to 1 heart, but my ship, I was in my Anaconda, it was absolutely fucked up. When the Icy Planets update, graphics update is released next year, do you believe other planetary bodies will receive further visual updates? I don't even believe the Icy Planets update is coming. Mining was balked when I was in a wing, all sorts of strange stuff. Yeah, I keep seeing that everything is fucked up when it comes to being in a wing. I mean, I don't do stuff in wings very often anyway. But yeah, for the moment, I would say don't bother with wing stuff. You're better off just having you know, 2 players you know, together, you know, flying in the game, you know, in the multiplayer, but just don't bother winging up. Rebuy the fuel anyway. Oh, and I nearly left without buying fucking limpets again. So last time I came out here I took 130 and I ended up nearly filling my cargo hold. So what I'll do, I'll take a few more. I'll go up to 150. Right, off we go.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship is released. Take care when leaving the station.
Hurry up, you fucking little shit. There you go.
Fly carefully, Commander. Fines will be issued for reckless maneuvers.
Fuck off. Tell that the cunt who just fucking was basically standing there nigh on motionless. One thing about the Type 10, it flies almost silently. Listen, you can barely hear the engines. Okay, when you boost, yeah, then you can hear them, but any other time.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Looks like I'm going to overrun a bit. I normally like to keep these down to 2 hours, but this one might go on a little bit longer. I'm not going to do a full, you know, session of mining, because if I, you know, when I start mining, I could be here a while. If we just take a quick look at my mining stats, they were at 20 million prior to 3.3. I've only done one mining session since 3.3 went live, and I'm more than doubled in mining profit, so it's now at 46 million. So I know if I found void diamonds, void opals, oh well, I don't even know what that would you know, result in then. Now I want to go to, yeah, we'll go to the Rob Plum site hotspot, which is very small, but in fact I've not scanned any of the outer rings. Maybe there might be something worth you know, actually checking in the outer ring here. Let's have a look.
Surface scan complete.
Or not. I mean, they're only rocky, so alright, what did that give me? Benitoite. Can't remember that one. Oh well, I'll stick with the one I was going to then. And don't forget, this liner is in the top 1% of all liners out there. As if anyone is ever going to fucking forget that. There are extraction sites quite close to where I'm going. Don't like being close to extraction sites. I want to be as far away from them as possible. God, yeah, is that fucking bright and garish enough for you? Alright. Here we are. So, here we go with the old pulse wave. One thing about the pulse wave, don't waste your time with any versions other than A rated. Because, yeah, just don't. They just don't have the range. And it's also, it's not just a case of going straight for the, you know, the brightest one that you see come up. See, there's one here, it is quite bright. But you also want to keep an eye out for, you also want to keep an eye out for the shape of the asteroid. Because all these asteroids here, there are only actually 6. Fuck off. Shall I take him out so that he doesn't keep fucking annoying me? It's not like I have not got any weapons. If I can find them, yeah, here we go. Not turning round very quickly.
Unknown
once he's out for the count, then I'll go on with scanning this system as normal.
Target shields offline.
Yeah. A fucking pissant eagle against two class 3 beam lasers. That's a fight he was not going to win. Right. Now, this was the one, wasn't it, that I was meant to be checking? Yeah. Okay. So we'll launch the Prospector and hope it does actually launch, because a lot of the time you'll launch a Prospector and nothing happens. Fucking no.
Asteroid scan.
I mean, that does look like... Okay, no, so it's not as seismic ones, they're all subsurface. But it's all stuff that's fucking worthless. So this is another reason why you want to take as many limpets as maybe take, you know, more than you think you need, because you end up wasting so many prospectors which land on asteroids that are just worthless. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, there's only actually 6 different asteroid types in an asteroid, well, in a ring system and in an asteroid cluster. So you want to get used to the particular asteroid shape for, you know, the kind of asteroid that will have, you know, give you the option for using seismic charges, and that's when you can get some of the deep core mining done. Galite, indite, yeah, there's praseodymium, but it's such a low amount, it's not worth fucking bothering with. Let's try this one.
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, see that Prospector limpet didn't launch.
Programming limpet drone.
So it's not going to find anything here in the way of, you know, subsurface deposits or anything like that. It showed up nearly blank, and I think that praseodymium, indite, bertrandite, again, not worth bothering with. This is the issue with scanning or mining here and doing it on a live stream. I could be doing an awful lot of absolutely fuck all nothing, trying to find the right, you know, the right asteroid, and or even finding one that's worth mining in the first place. Getting a bit close to this one. Galite, nothing but. What a fucking waste of time. Yeah, you do need to be a bit on the patient side for mining. But yeah, don't just limit yourself to scanning, you know, the stuff that comes up. You know, the asteroids that, you know, light up in the pulse waves, because that has nothing to do with the composition of it. It doesn't mean that, you know, the minerals you'll find in it are going to be valued. They could all be, you know, absolute shit, you know, more indite, more bertrandite, etc. So yeah, all this is showing you is that there are, you know, the various fissures and that. They could be subsurface, it could be ones that need seismic charges. I think this might be the shape that I'm looking for. So I don't actually know the shape. I wouldn't be able to say straight away, oh yes, that's definitely the one. I know it does need to be a specific shape, clearly not this one. But
asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone.
Didn't mean to do that, but okay. Well, hope he's going onto this asteroid here. That is the one I did actually want him to check. They do sometimes go straight through. It looks like this one, it did look like this one had. Osmium and palladium, no subsurface, but nevertheless, yeah, that's worth nabbing. I'll get the mining lasers ready, and then we'll deploy the collectors. So I'm still out of range. Here we go. It seems to take more time to strip out the asteroid of its valuable or its minerals than it used to. So it looks like they have increased that, which I'm quite happy about. Oh, you fucking well, one's hitting anyway. There we go. Come on, there's only like barely any fucking left to mine from it. There we go. Right, send the Olympic drones out to go and pick that lot up.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So we've got to remember to deploy that. Right, so while they're doing that, I'll just hang around to defend. I want to see a big rock go bang. Well, I've got to find one yet. Think you've blown your chances at the frontier making a Lukozer landing station and using your voice for comms. Yes, I do think that might be the case. Note on speed and scale 100 meters per second is 224 mph. Yeah, I always thought it was more than that, but oh well. Benitoite is very high value. Well, I mean, all of those new ones are. So, core mining run is an hour minimum. Yeah, I take a lot more than an hour. And the motherlode asteroids have markings when you switch to night vision when close up. Well, you can see, yeah, you can see the surface and subsurface deposits when you use the night vision. In fact, you can actually see them regularly. So you know, it's. I think you do need to have pretty good eyesight, though. I would install a Lukozer computer voice pack. Yeah. Okay, well, someone might then. I sure as fuck wouldn't go near it. Is the Yamix and Obsidian and collaboration still on hold? I haven't got the faintest clue. I have no regard for Obsidian and at all. I've never seen a single second of Yamix stuff, so don't know anything about them. I mean, I'm only 0.8 light second away from the Benitoite hotspot, so if you know I get fuck all here, even after the live stream video's done, then I'll just, you know, I'll just go and check it out anyway. How many more are there still to get? A few. While they're doing that, let's see what else we got. There's a few that show particularly bright. might be that one that's right ahead. Might be worth checking out. No more valid collection targets. So once this, once that's been dropped off, right,
Cargo scoop retracted.
let's take a look at this one then. That's up ahead. It's fairly small, well, from this range anyway. So I don't know if this is going to be the right type that needs the seismic charge. The other thing, I don't know if it's just me. When it comes to the abrasion blaster, I'm fine at blasting any surface deposit unless it's platinum. Has anyone else had that problem? If it's platinum, no matter how many times I hit the fucking thing, I just can't make it break off. All the others, yeah, easy. Platinum, not a fucking prayer. And this one's very bright, perhaps a bit too bright. I don't know if this is going to be the right sort. I think I'm coming in a bit fast here, but nevertheless.
Programming lifted drone. Cargo scoop deployed.
It's also spinning around quite a bit. There we go. So, well, it has a core, but the core's platinum.
Asteroids.
It's mostly gallite, which is worthless. How desperate are you lot to see a fucking big rock go bang? Because that's shit. Deep core, you know, for platinum. I mean, alright, platinum value is pretty good, but I'm also going to get a load of shitty gallite from this. Oh, fuck it, I may as well. Right. Seismic charge. So this is a high strength one. Okay.
Detonation sequence initiated.
This one. That's low strength. Right, okay. It's on. This is also a low. I think that's missed. Yeah, by a fucking long way. Just held on. That's a subsurface deposit. I want that. I mean, at least with this thing spinning around this fast, I should be okay for time. God, that was fucking close. Right, where's the next one? Next one's around here. This is an average strength. I'm into the blue, but only just. Fucking bounced off. Oh, fuck. Okay. Where's the next fisher? They're fucking miles away. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't break off, because you do get a second chance. It's if you set it too high, that's when you get the problems. So this one's a high strength one. I don't have much time. I've got to get this right. Whoops, first time. Which I didn't.
In 10 seconds.
Ah, you fucking cunt. One, yeah, okay. Well, one resource chunk got freed, which is now being picked up. But yeah, you can see it hasn't broken it up. I've got one more chance, but it keeps the damage, as you know, the damage that's been done to all of them in account. So I now really only need to get one right, and that should be enough to set it off. What I'll do then is I'll force it to explode straight away. I'll just set the detonation for it right away. Right, is this... well, it is just... okay. High strength. There we go. Right. And now we will detonate now. There we go. Circuits. I got caught in the explosion, as I always do. But yeah, so there's all these platinum fragments and all these platinum core ones here, which I now use the abrasion blaster to break away once they are actually visible. But I always have really shitty luck when it comes to breaking off. Fucking hell, I actually got that one to work by the looks of it. And that one. Breaking off platinum, I usually really struggle. But no, they've been and done. I mean, yes, the platinum values did get a boost. Look at the inventory. So platinum, yeah, galactic average is now 42,501. So they've had a big old boost in value. Yeah, that expired because it fucking smashed into something. Yeah, here we go. This is much more like it. There we go, I finally broke it off. But even though the platinum's had that value increase, it's still not really worth mining platinum from deep cores, because their value is tiny compared to, you know, a lot of the other stuff. And then of course you sell it in the right system and you're going to get even more out of it. So okay, another one out. And now that's gone behind the fucking asteroid here. So that one's out. Now this one's going to move behind this asteroid. Okay, got that one first time. Looks like there's only one left. Yeah. This one. So I've got to move around here. Oh, it's on that one. There we go. So from that asteroid then, I've currently got 12 tons of platinum. Have I got any more coming?
Collector limpet expired.
Fucking exploding on something by the looks of it. No, all of my collectors are expiring at the moment. There's one left and yeah, there's nothing to pick up anyway. Right. So yeah, if you're going to do deep core mining, platinum's not really worth mining it for. I'd even go so far as to say painite isn't worth doing if you find it as a core. I did find it in one of my asteroids that I was checking out on my one and only previous mining expedition in 3.3. I did mine it though, but you know, compared to a load of the other stuff,
Retracted.
yeah, it's not really one for core mining.
Programming lifted drone.
I think I'm going in a bit too quick with this one.
Prospector limit
It's
engaged.
got fuck all there anyway. God, I can
Asteroid scan.
use the, you know, check out the subsurface fissures there for Bertrandite, Indite, and okay, there is samarium, that's valuable, but there's only 3.3%. Definitely not fucking worth doing.
Programming lifted drone. Prospector limit engaged.
That is not worth it as well. You know what? This is going to go on for a fucking age. So mining does not make interesting viewing. Let's have a look at the bright ones have the core. Is it the really bright ones? I thought it was not the really brightest, but sort of the one down from that. I don't know for sure. 2 high charge in 2 low strength fissure is often sufficient. Low charge in high strength fissure is for fine tuning. So I haven't done a huge amount of it, but I just go by what it says. But I was wondering about that, you know, regardless of strength, if I just bung, say, 2 high charge ones and I send the signal into the blue, surely that should be good enough. So I might try that with the next one I find. But as it is, yeah, this video is just going to drag on and on with me doing this, and it's not very interesting to watch. So I think this will be the point then where I will be logging off. I've been on here now for 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is a long time for one of these live streams. So that will do. I thought they went a bit more red as you got closer rather than orange. Definitely the really bright ones. I'm at the hotspot. I think bright signals just mean mineable stuff, not necessarily valuable. No, I've just gone into what the brightness of the signal signifies. But yeah, Commander von Rurich, is that anyway? I thought they went a bit more red as you got closer. See, I thought it wasn't like the really bright ones, not the really bright yellow ones. I thought it was, yeah, a bit more the sort of orangey, reddish sort of colour. But I don't know, so what I'm going to do when this live stream ends, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to give them a check. And maybe I'll do another video where I go into a bit more detail about the mining, or I'll wait for the next live stream, and I'm not going to make it a mining live stream. I mean, fucking talk about just a mere thought of it is enough to send me into a coma. So yeah, that will do then for this live stream. So I'm going to carry on at this mining hotspot. So if you are bored enough and want to come into the game, I'm in my private group. You've seen where I am. I'll be there for a bit longer yet. Oh, okay. It's all trial and error, I suppose. Yeah, that's all it is. But yeah, I don't mind that aspect. I quite like the fact that, you know, it gives me a chance to try and work things out for myself. But yeah, that will do then for this one. So next week I may be changing the day that I do the live streams. Obviously I'll let you know in advance if I'm going to do that, but I might change it from Wednesdays to Tuesdays. Yeah, so that's all a bit up in the air though. But yeah, I'll let you know next time. So that will do then for this one. So now this is me going away.